Kick a little something for them cars that be bumped.
It isn't nothing like that. It isn't nothing like that good soul music. Now use it and let Jay prove it. Just lose it. With everything you do, just know she got your back, yo. And she'll even make you laugh show after show. She got the vibes that'll make you ride top down. And if you got a couple pounds, she'll be around. Justified madness.
Freedom What's up? What's happening? It's your girl, J.Juan and welcome to this special Martin Luther King Day edition of Justified Madness. That's music from the King Dream Chorus and Holiday Crew with King Holiday. That was recorded back in 1986, the year when Martin Luther King Jr. Day became an official federal holiday. We celebrate the day on the third Monday of January each year, but Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15th, 1929. King Holiday is a timeless song that honors the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and the King Dream Chorus and Holiday Crew was made up of El DeBarge, the Fat Boys, Full Force, Grandmaster Melly Mel, J.T. Taylor of Kool and the Gang, Curtis Blow, Lisa and Cult Jam, Menudo, New Edition, Run DMC, Stacy Lattisaw, Stephanie Mills, Tina Marie, Houdini, and Whitney Houston. A lot of star power got together to honor Dr. King on that song. Now, a little known fact about Dr. King is he was actually born Michael Luther King Jr., but later changed his first name to Martin. His grandfather began a long tenure of pastors of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, where Dr. King himself served as co-pastor from 1960 until his death in 1968. King attended segregated public schools in the state of Georgia, graduating from high school at the age of 15. He received a B.A. in 1948 from Morehouse College in Atlanta, from which both his father and grandfather had graduated. After 3 years of theological study at Crozier Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania, where he was elected president of a predominantly white senior class, he was awarded the B.D. in 1951. With a fellowship won at Crozier, he enrolled in graduate studies at Boston University, completing his residence for the doctorate in 1953 and receiving the degree in 1955. In Boston, he met and married Coretta Scott, a young woman of uncommon intellectual and artistic attainments. They had 2 sons, Martin Luther King III and Dexter King, as well as 2 daughters, Bernice King and Yolanda King. And one bit of trivia from the song I opened the show with tonight, Dr. King's youngest son, Dexter, actually appeared in the video for King Holiday. Now, coming up next, I have music from Common featuring Will.i.am with the movie soundtrack of Freedom Writers. This is A Dream, which features excerpts from Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. You're tuned into a special Martin Luther King Day edition of Justified Madness with your girl, J.Juan Yvette.
Through the maze of the madness, struggle is my address where pain and crack lives. Gunshots coming from sounds of blackness, given this game with no time to practice. Born on a blacklist, told I'm below average, a life with no cabbage. That's no money if you from where I'm from. Funny, I just want some of your son. Dark clouds seem to follow me. Alcohol that my pop swallowed bottle me. No apology, I walk with a boulder on my shoulder. It's a cold war, I'm a colder soldier. Hold the same fight that made Martin Luther the king. I ain't using it for the right thing. In between lean and the fiends, hustle and the schemes, I put together pieces of a dream. I still have one. I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. One day we gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. That one day I'ma look deeper than myself. I gotta find a way. I have a dream. My dream is to be free. My dream is to The world see me looking in the mirror, images of me getting much clearer. Dear self, I wrote a letter just to better my soul. If I don't express it, then forever I hold inside. I'm from a side where we out of control. Rap music and the hood play the fatherly role. My story like yours, yo, gotta be told. Trying to make it from a gangster to a Galia role. Red scrolls that stole slaves and Jewish people in cold cage. Hate has no color or age. Flip the page. Now my race became freedom. Right dreams in the dark, they far, but I can see them. I believe in heaven more than hell. Blessings more than jail. In the ghetto, letting love prevail. With a story to tell. My eyes see the glory and well. The world waiting for me to yell. I have a dream.
I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out, out. We gonna work it out, out. We gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. One day we gonna work it out, out. One day we gonna work it out, out. One day we gonna work it out. I have a dream. I got a dream. That one day I'ma look deeper than myself. I gotta find a way. I have a dream. My dream is to be free. My dream is to be. My dream is to be. My dream is to be free.
Yo, what's new with the movies this week? What's new in music, yo?
Your girl J1 Yvette's about to tell you.
What's new in music and movies this week?
Well, I'm here to tell you what's new in music and movies this week. Starting with new singles, 2 Chainz featuring 42 Doug have a new single called $2 Million Worth of Game. David Guetta and Morton with Permanence. Don Diablo featuring Watts with Face to Face. Halsey and People Disappear Here. Jonas Blue and Why Don't We with Don't Wake Me Up. Sam Short with Say It. Silk World with Why'd You Leave. And Steve Aoki featuring Shaquille O'Neal with Welcome to the Playhouse. New albums dropping this week include David Bowie with Toy Box. Halsey with If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, the expanded edition. RuPaul with Mama Ru. And the much anticipated new album from The Weeknd called Dawn FM. Now for the full list of new music, go to officialcharts.com and click on new releases. New in movie theaters this week, it's Scream. 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, a new killer has donned the ghost-faced mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. Scream stars Melissa Barea, Mason Gooding, Jenna Ortega, and Jack Quaid, and it's rated R. Now, if you're more of a stay-at-home and chill kind of movie lover, no worries. Stream thousands of episodes, live sports, and exclusive originals, all in one place with Paramount Plus. Access hundreds of iconic movies, from award-winning classics to hit releases, breaking news, and more. Go to Paramount Plus to try it for free for 1 week. Students get 25% off. So go to ParamountPlus.com now to sign up. And finally, are you a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device? Then you should download the Added Up app now. Watch short videos, play games, and answer quick surveys and knock dollars off your monthly service. That's right, a few minutes a day can knock $5, $10, even up to $25 off your monthly service. So what are you waiting for? If you're a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device, go to the Google Play Store now and download the Added Up app now. Thank me later. Oh, and since I've been using it, I haven't paid a full bill since. So go on and try that out now. It's the Added Up app if you are a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device. Now that's the wrap up for the week. Let's get back to the show, shall we? You're tuned into Justified Madness, and I'm your girl, J1 Yvette.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is John O. This is Priest Forever, and we are the Gecko Brothers. And you are listening to Justified Madness.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Yeah. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or to die for. Nothing to believe in. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Yeah, yeah. You may say that I'm a dreamer. Oh, but you know that I'm not the only one. No. I hope someday that you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you care. No need for greed, all for hunger, no, no, no. A brotherhood of man. I want
This is a special Martin Luther King Day edition of Justified Madness with your girl J.Yvette. That's music from Tracie Spencer with her 1988 rendition of the John Lennon classic, Imagine. Can you imagine a world where racism, classism, and all the other isms don't exist? That's the dream that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had, and every day we still work toward that dream. Now, we're not fooling ourselves into believing that the work will be easy. Sometimes it can be downright exhausting when we realize that 54 years after Dr. King's assassination, we're still fighting for equal rights and racial equality in this nation. But the fight will continue. We will fight on. We must fight on. We may not see the full evidence of change in our lifetime, but I fight on knowing that our work will result in a world where my grandchildren and great-grandchildren can grow up in a world where they don't have to worry about being shot by police even though they're innocent, or worry that they'll be overlooked for an opportunity or a promotion due to the color of their skin or the sound of their name. I look forward to a day when the words liberty and justice for all truly do apply equally across races, across genders, and any other categories. Dr. King's dream is still worth fighting for. Fight on we will. Fight on we must. Quick programming note, I'll be back on the air tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Sunday Inspiration edition of Justified Madness. I'm on the air every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness. Now, if you miss any episodes, no worries. You can catch up on past episodes right here on Blog Talk Radio, or look for the Justified Madness podcast on Podchaser, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Podcast Addict, CastBox, and almost anywhere else you get your podcast. My Sunday show is listed as Sunday Inspiration, and my Wednesday and Saturday shows are listed as Justified Madness. So definitely subscribe and review and keep up with the podcast. Now, before I go, I want to send a shout out to Team J.Yvette. That's my official promo team. It's run by my girls Tracie and Amina. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Team J.Yvette. I'm also on Twitter at J1Yvette1. That's JWANYVETTE and the number 1. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Fanbase at Justified Madness 31. Now, before I close out, I gotta send shout outs to my husband Ellis, my big sis Deborah, all my fam, whether by blood or by love. I love you to life. Shout outs to my Twamley, my Young Nation, my Mad Hatters, all my ATL fam, my DMV fam, my North Carolina fam, Alex, Yvette, Shane, and last but never ever least, my daughter Jessie. Y'all know her as Jessie James, and she's the voice that you hear at the top of the hour every Wednesday and Saturday night here on Justified Madness. Now, coming up, I've got a spoken word poem by Mark J. the Poet. And on the other side of the commercial, instead of closing out with my words, I want to close out with an excerpt from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. God bless you. Thank you for rocking with me. I'll see you tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Sunday Inspiration edition of Justified Madness.
Can't breathe. 91 Rodney King beat down 56 times with the baton. That is not the baton we need to pass on. Latasha Harlan's 15 gunned down. No justice or jail time for the killer. But another man mistreats his dog and gets 31 days in the slammer. Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner. Now a black family cries, I can't breathe. Michael Brown shot 6 times before seeing a 9 to 5. Tamir Rice, Walter Scott, Elton Sterling, unarmed citizens shot. Kids should be cherished, not perished. I'm saying stop. Silence the violence. Stop because we shouldn't be used to it. Stop before we are, before you are used to. Just because she's black doesn't mean she's less than. We want to teach our kids a lesson. We should teach them not to lessen. What should we title a war involving a country at war with itself? Cold War is taken. So was World War I, II, and III. How about World War Me? Because it's a selfish tone taking a life because they are skin toned differently. Prejudice is a pro-Judas mindset. As I believe in Black Lives Mattering, I also believe launching 50 pieces of silver bullets only means death is increasing. Blood and anger boil on American soil. I remember tragedies like 9/11 brought us together. What are we gonna do if attacked and we're already fighting our brother? It's far worse to be sick in the mind than the body. You can love others and be sick in body, but if the mind is deathly ill, you might think, I don't want to look at that face, but there's someone that lockets that face. Rest in peace should not be our motto. Live in peace should. What if we could take a pledge of allegiance not just to the flag, but to our peers? Unlock hearts, lock arms, bear arms. What if we unite on what we agree on? We agree children need their fathers, don't we? That mothers love their sons? That life is precious and we all hunger for peace under one sun? Look from a bigger eye view. Unplug the poison ivy. You're a plant, not a weed. Can't color the world with only white. Can't color with only black. It's like setting up a brown canvas using only brown paint cans. The greatest minds through history are all the same color. Our brains, our hearts, all the same color. The best-selling book says there's neither Jew nor Gentile. It's like we're all coffee. Nothing wrong with a different brew. White, light, dark mix, we're all the real deal, dude. Paint me black, red, or blue. I breathe in and out just like you do. If we want to prove hashtag all lives matter, we need to prove black ones do. Dear African Americans, I'm sorry I've been nothing more than a bystander. I've used the excuse that the news is always bad news, so I won't watch it. But if I don't watch it, how can I know how to help it? If I felt demeaned for my ethnicity, I'd be angry too. If one race says I can't breathe, we're all suffocating. Once I was a teen, at a corner store browsing, then quickly accused of stealing. Told my big bro what happened. He didn't question. He marched directly into the store and said to the clerk, I hope you didn't accuse him because of his color of skin. I want to be a brother that marches into the store with you. Like Jesus Christ, who stood up for human rights, sacrificed for human wrongs. When people were treated as dogs, he didn't bring change with killing, he brought it with healing to the point of his death. In the end, we will not remember the attack of enemies, but the silence of friends. Dr. King said, I can't breathe unless they can. Hate plus hate equals, you do the math. Death doesn't need our help, and I love hate is equivalent to I hate love. I'm not choosing sides, I'm choosing lives. Wise men know the color of skin is not indicative of the content of heart. I say we exchange racism for embracism, rediscover amazing gracism. Cause being black should not be a disadvantage. Neither should being yellow, brown, or the fact that you wear blue. The advantage should be human being alive. Being you.
The legacy continues. All six live on one stage. This time, it's for the culture. New edition, the Culture Tour. Live in the biggest concert of the decade. With hits.
That girl is
After hits. The Culture Tour with Charlie Wilson. It's a non-stop hit fest. And special guest, it's the reunion of Tracie. The Culture Tour, new edition, Charlie Wilson, and special guest, Tracie. Coming to a city near you. Visit bpctickets.com for more info. Brought to you by the Black Promoters Collective.
What's hood, y'all? I'm Pink Diamond, the flyest miss that you never did see. And you're listening to Justified Madness with my big sis, J1 Yvette. Holla back 2 times.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring in windy capitals. When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last.